Yo, niggas.
Yo, what's
Well-
up, Pinoid?
Welcome, everybody, to episode number 1488 of Random Conversations with Accelerate.
Yo, what's up, Pinoid?
Welcome, everybody.
And Tom Peace. And Doku.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
This nigga's terrible at introducing people. I'll be real with you. Like, this nigga's like, yo, welcome
You just
to the
did it
show.
for me. You just said with Doku. And Tom
And
P.
me. And me.
Yeah,
The
you're
greatest
here too.
motherfucker that God has ever created
Yeah, I
is
know.
on the stream right
You're
now.
here now, motherfucker. Welcome. Welcome to my stream, Tom Pinoid. Welcome.
Yo, man, let me be real with you here, man. Like, yo, you need to be more like, how do I put this? Like, consistent on your follow through to the words that come out of your mouth.
No, that's hard. I don't want to do that.
No, it's not. It is not that fucking hard. It's really fucking easy to be a fact. All you gotta do is just do what you say you're gonna do, right? So like, I'm not having to do a fucking stream on Monday and shit by my motherfucking self for Sunday night when I'm like, God damn it, I wanted my bottom bitch here with me and shit, and now I gotta do this by myself on some bullshit.
All right, you got me.
Yeah, you know what? I'm taking over Excel's streams. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Random Conversations number 1488. I got Excel here who owns this stream that I now just took over, and I got fucking Tom P, the greatest man who ever lived. How the fuck are you doing tonight?
Yo, man, this is the greatest place I've ever been to. This fucking stream right here, it's so nice. Got the marble floors and the motherfucking parquet motherfucking walls and shit.
Yeah, dude, we
It's
got
like the
a
fucking
whole
Taj Mahal.
2 people watching, which means that we're
Adonis
all...
Paul is live. That's
we're
why the
all
fuck
on
it
the
is you have
stream.
2 people watching, nigga.
Yep, I know. I usually would have done that, but Doki's the one that hit me up. It's like, "Are you gonna stream later?" I was like, "Sure, fuck it. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation."
Yeah, no, that was me. I'll fully take on that. I'll take on that blame.
What we're doing right
Yo,
here
it's weird.
is
This
we're
nigga don't hit me up and ask me for shit. You know what I'm saying? But every time I have a fucking stream, this nigga gets a goddamn link in his fucking inbox.
Yeah, well,
Bro,
no,
the last couple
Doku,
times you streamed, you haven't sent me a link.
Yeah, Doku actually asked me that during a stream that I was already doing, right? So you weren't. I mean, you gave $5, but you didn't ask me to stream later. You didn't say, "Yo,
No,
Excel."
I was fucking working, goddamn. I was
didn't say-
driving down the road.
You could have just said, "Yo, Excel. By the way, I just donated $5 to Irate, which you're not going to get any of that dollars for." I don't really care because $5 ain't shit to me. But like, you could have easily just
bullshit right now.
You could have easily just said, like, "Yo, we're gonna stream here like in a couple hours. You down?" And I would have been like, "Yeah, I'll do that. Like, I'm good."
I mean,
No,
all
at this
of my
point,
shit.
asking you to stream is like legit asking a bitch if she wants to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Later, and like usually it just doesn't work the fuck out, so you just stop fucking asking and find somebody else.
God,
to fuck.
it's worse than that. It's asking a postmenopausal bitch to fuck.
Oh.
Yo, they're better because like then they need the dick because they're old and nobody else is giving it to them. They get excited about that shit. They go upstairs and start shaving and shit and fucking cleaning the things out and you know what I mean, getting out the hose and working up that motherfucking lather with that fucking with the massaging shower head and shit.
Yeah, but they no longer have the reproductive intuition
Capabilities?
to fuck.
Nah, they do. Like you ain't see that's the thing. You gotta start fucking older bitches. Like they're so much less headache and bullshit. And you have to remember, like, an old bitch kind of becomes young again because, like, they go from, you know what I mean, like, you know, that fucking 20s and 30s shit where they don't want to fuck
All right.
because, like, everybody's trying to fuck them to, oh my God, why isn't anybody wanting to fuck me? And then they get all insecure and they're like, I wish I could get fucked all the time. And then, like, they're always down to fuck, just constantly. Their pussy's wet.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna do this experiment. It might take me like a month or two, probably not that long, to be honest, because, like, based on the bitches you're talking about, I'm a young, strapping male, even though I'm 36 years old. I'm gonna go to my dad's shows. Like, he plays in a band, doing like bar band shit, and he's 65, and he plays at all these bars. Like, usually if you show up there, like, the average age is like 50. So, like, I'll try to find like a upper 40s bitch that's post-menopause to fuck, and I'll get back to you. I'll let you know how that went.
I'm telling you, it'll go well for you. You're gonna get laid, like guaranteed, because like
well,
you're
like
younger,
I know I'm gonna get laid. Like that's the easy part. I'm just saying like how good it's gonna be. I'll let you know
how good it's gonna be. Like, all right, here's the thing, man. Like
the worst case scenario, it's gonna be like Little Caesars. It's
well,
pizza. It's not good pizza, but it's fucking pizza and it tastes good.
Okay, here's where it's at. Like, yo, the pussy's still good, but the problem is, like, it's like being in an old house. Like, the hinges on the doors are gonna creak and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's one hell of an analogy. He's not wrong.
I don't know, but apparently I'm gonna find out. Like I just told you, like it's on my fucking list of things to do as a human being. Actually,
that's your homework assignment.
It might take a little bit because my dad's band cannot play shows anymore because all the bars are closed. But when they open up, like after Joe Biden gets inaugurated and magically he gets credit for killing COVID, even though he didn't really do anything. Yeah. When that happens and my dad starts playing shows again, I'll just start showing up to the bars and like just sitting there next to fucking 40-plus-year-old women and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, yo, they will be down to fuck, right? And like, here's the cool thing. First off, it'll be some great head, right? But like, you gotta fuck them in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Or
they take the teeth off.
Get like, yo, you're gonna have to suspend your disbelief a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you're gonna have to like have your head to where it needs to be mentally to understand like what's going on.
God damn
like,
it!
I'm getting laid without having a chance of a rape charge. You know what I'm saying? That's where you are.
I know we're like talking some shit right here, but Tom P, like we had conversations a long time ago where both of us like, I know you're like, I'll fuck a fat bitch. I don't care. In fact, I like it.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here, it's like, I never had more sex in my life until I lowered my standards to 0. Did I fuck a lot of like 9s and 10s? Yeah, I did during that era. And I also fucked a lot of like 3s and 4s.
Yo, let me be real, man. Like, I haven't fucked a 9 or 10 since like I was like 18, 19, 20 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the best I have in the last 3 years was 3 years ago, and it was a solid 7. It was a skinny ginger bitch.
Okay. Like, what do butter teeth count as? Right? Like every other part of the bitch is like legit 8-9 material, but a teeth is like Kentucky.
I mean, I saw it on the movie. I think the actual solution is it's not just butter teeth, but it's butter face, and you use a brown paper bag. Am I wrong?
Nah. Like, yo, her face was beautiful.
And then she smiles, and it's just like, bitch, get some dental work done.
Yeah, like they all black on the insides and shit. They all fucked up.
Actually, you know what? Like, that's one of those women, like, you save, you keep around for when you have money and you can buy her new teeth.
Yeah, that's kind of where it's at, right? She was perfect, like in every other hat, like nice ass. She was probably 115, 120 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Right, about like 5'5", maybe something around there. Fucking pretty face. Like she had like an Angelina Jolie / Jennifer Aniston type of face. Like if you combine the two, you know what I mean? Because like she had the eyes of Jolie with like the facial shape of fucking Jennifer Aniston.
You're actually
you know what I
making
mean?
me wish I didn't delete permanently my Facebook. I have no way of getting it back. Because if I did, I would have pictures of girls I fucked that I could show you. Because I have a lot of those actually. I'm actually not much different than you when it comes to that shit, Pinoid. I have a lot of ugly bitches I fucked. And I have a lot of bitches like, God damn, she's so hot that I fucked. And it's just all the above. Because at some point, like, I was kind of like you, or it was just like, I don't give a shit, man. I'm fucking drunk. It's late at night. I'm young. I got nothing better to do. I'm putting my fucking dick in this. That's it. That's all there was to it.
Like you got like see, and we were both in the bar. You were at the bar, like, and you were playing on stage. I was at the sports bar selling 50s of Coke. You know what I'm saying? It was just a little different.
And I was buying it for it. I was buying the coke from you so that the bitches that were on stage when they got back to my house got fucked up enough to fuck me. And apparently that's rape these days.
Oh my God. Like, oh, fucking, like that shit is, everything is rape these days. Like, man, listen, like dudes are fucking bitches. Like, I've had dudes stand here and like give me shit. Because I'm like, yo, you ever been with a black chick and you kind of got to take it from them?
Dude,
you know what I'm saying?
The reality of that bullshit is like back in the day when I was like, that was how I was acting, right? Like I've told you a billion times a story about how like I was a nerd. I decided I was going to be in a ska band out of all kind of bands, right? But we got good enough that we got some pretty big shows. We're on stage, right? We're up there. Right. We're the ones fucking playing the music. That's why everybody's showing up to the bar. And some girls I never knew would get up. They'd be like, good show. And like, it didn't matter if you were like, we played like shit that night or like how bad we were as a band. They would sit at the bar with us, drink with us. And we'd be like, all right, we're going to get out. Like, well, what are you guys doing later? And at that point, it was like, gotcha, bitch. Gotcha. And and at that point, that's when I go up to Tom P and be like, yo, I need an 8-ball.
Yep. like yo, that'll run you about $3.75, nigga. You know what the fucking day is.
Fucking yeah, only in Pennsylvania over here an 8-ball was $120.
Yo, fucking an 8-ball, Ryan, is about $3.75 nowadays in my neck of the woods.
I haven't bought one in a long time, but I'm just saying, like 10 years ago, it was $120 here. Part of it's because, like, I've told you, I live in Kansas City. I think a lot of it is the drug trafficking game because, like, it's such a hub to other places. There's just a lot of it, so it's a little bit cheaper here. Because even if I, like, that band I played in, they were in Springfield, which is about 2 hours south, but it's way off the highway. And it was about, like, $220 an 8-ball there.
Yeah, ours is a tertiary market of New York and Jersey and Baltimore. So like everything you got, it got stepped on 3 fucking times, and on top of that, like it was ridiculously expensive for every fucking thing. Like, and so you would literally have to go into the city to go get some shit. You know what I mean? When you're talking that, like weed, on the other hand, back in the day, like weed, I used to pick up a lot of my weed off of cops and shit when I was young. Like I had a helicopter cop I used to buy my fucking weed off of when I was a kid.
Well, like cocaine was so inconsistent no matter how much I paid for it, and I just like kept telling people, you're like, this guy's got the good stuff. I was like, no, it's coke, right? Like I did a line or two and did whatever. It's what made me actually become like way more addicted to Adderall because it was way more readily available and always consistent. If the bottle said it was 20 milligrams of Adderall, I knew exactly what that would do to me.
Yeah. And there wasn't a chance of getting a bag full of baking soda or some bullshit.
Yeah, that was the pharmaceutical shit. Oh, God, man. This goes back. I know I've told this story with you before, but I talk about how I did DMT one time. The way that came about is this was me, and it was like the same band, like the ska band I had out of Springfield. And the drummer, he liked ska a bit, but he was really more into like the fucking Beatles and fucking 70s shit, really old school. And all his friends were into psychedelics and crap. But he liked doing drugs, and I liked doing drugs when I was 24 too, because I was 24. Of course I like doing drugs. And we were trying to get a hold of some ecstasy, but none of their drug dealers had it. And one guy said, I have some DMT. And like, we already had like $80 ready for ecstasy, right? Between like 3 people, which is going to get 3 people fucked up on ecstasy. I'm going to get you real. That's going to get us real high. But we put all that money towards DMT, and we heard about it. We never done it before. Damn, dude, I smoked fucking DMT for the first time. I had a panic attack first off because I was sitting on the couch with like, at a party, 30 people smoking DMT. And you ever done one of those carnival rides where like it's just start from the ground and then accelerate you up on this tower at maximum speed? It was like that for like 10 minutes. Okay. And I was like, holy shit, fucking crazy. Then I went.
Yes,
I was like,
I can't do that shit. Like, yo, like, I'm one of the people who
oh
get vertigo really quick.
No. I freaked out. Like, my heart was fucking racing. I was like, oh man, I gotta go outside. Go outside where everything's quiet. And I literally watch all the seasons change. Like, I mean, that's what I was experiencing. Like, I saw it was like normal outside. Then all of a sudden it went to like autumn leaves and then snow everywhere. And then I looked up into the trees and they spiraled themselves together through the moonlight, and I saw the symbol of pi.
Like, yo, I legitimately, like, see, here's my thing. Like, okay, I've only ever really been fucking hammered drunk. I mean, like, drunk. Probably like 10 times in my life, right? Because I fucking hate it. Like, I hate the room spinning. I hate
I hate the room
I'm at the point in my life where, like, yeah, like, I'm at the point where I get dizzy so fucking easy. Like, I can't ride roller coasters no more. I discovered that about myself. It's fucking awful, right? Like, I tried riding, like, a little kid bullshit roller coaster, and I was fucked up the rest of the day. You know what I mean? I'm just like, man, I'm old at this point. I can't fucking do it. Like, I can't. Like, it's fucking trashing me. And that's why I've always hated drugs, like, in general. Because, like, I don't want to really be off my square. I just don't want to, like, you know, be sober. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes. Like, every once in a while, you're like, I want to kind of, like, forget my name a little bit and, like, fucking enjoy myself and, you know, just, like, you know, tell the truth about things to people who are around me and not hold my tongue and be an asshole, or, you know, hold my tongue and be nice, you know. But so, like, legit.
During my drug phase, it wasn't like the ghetto drug phase that a lot of people have. It was like I said, right. I was hanging out with like this drummer, right? That was real big into hippie shit, and the idea was more about like altering your consciousness, like esoteric things like that, and I got into it. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, it's not fun, but there is a limit. Because it's so fun that it is captivating, and it can.
Yeah, I never had that. I never had that ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never had like any of those experiences, and I never wanted to. Like, it was like.
Yeah, look,
Tom, you grew up in a normal. You grew up in a normal white household.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And I was fast tracked to be like successful from the get go.
Yeah, like I watched.
But
like,
I said it was fucked, and I rebelled, and that was my rebellion.
Yeah, see, I watched all that shit when I was a kid. Like, fucking, I remember, like, being 12 years old, having to, like, go pick my dad up out of the fucking rain because he's laying there all fucked up and he can't fucking stand up anymore and shit. Like, I watched my friends, you know what I mean, run through, like, fucking, you know what I mean, $500,000 in a fucking year with cocaine. You know, I watched motherfuckers catch AIDS and die from fucking heroin and shit. My buddy had his fucking pops overdose at, like, fucking 16 years old, you know what I mean, all fucking H. And it's just... watching all that, like, it's like just constantly fucking dealing with fucking drug addicts and alcoholic, and I think you get to that point where you're like, I don't ever want to do any of this shit. I want to be fucked up a little. You know what I mean?
I think that's the difference between like what I was doing and what you experienced, because I did grow up in white fluff suburbia, and when we did the drugs, like what you're talking about, that was never the case. Right? Like, that's not what we did. Like, we did just enough drugs to get us fucked up, wake up the next day, and usually we went out to breakfast and everything was fine. Right?
Yeah, nah, see, like, fucking, see, that's the thing is, like...
we would do it on Friday or Saturday only, right? That was it. Not every day of the week.
we were dealing with, like, fucking raids and shit constantly, and the cops, and, you know what I mean, running from the police, and dealing with motherfuckers trying to rob you on a regular... Like, it was just...
God,
it was hectic.
What you're actually doing is proving the point. It's the difference between, like, your general white people usage of drugs versus the hood usage of drugs. It's very different. I mean, like, because I was just being a white guy that did, like, I was a white kid doing drugs like white kids do drugs. It's not that big of a deal. And you're talking about, like, you know, hood niggas doing drugs. Like, that shit runs deep.
Yeah, like, motherfucker, like, wake up in the morning, your TV's missing and shit. You know what I mean? Fucking people are trying to steal from you. People are getting stabbed. Motherfuckers got shot. Cops came through and raided somebody's fucking house. And, you know what I mean? Now, like, 3 or 4 of your friends are all the fucking jail and shit.
Yeah.
And the cop clipped one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Meanwhile, like, I'm sitting here, you're dealing with that, and I'm just like, why are we still listening to Woodstock videos? Like, that was us white boys doing drugs.
Yeah, like, everybody, like, I was carrying around a 38 at like fucking 14, 15 years old because you never knew who you were going to run into and what the problem was going to be that day. Like, you know, it was a whole different animal. Like, you had a blade on you constantly. Like, you had my parole, my probation officer was in school. Like, he had an office in the school, like fucking principal's office and shit.
Man, this stream
like, they'd call you out of class to go do it. What up?
This stream is already too good to be on my channel. Like,
yeah, like,
Tom and Excel talk about drugs. That's that's like, that's 1,000 view stream at the end of the day. If I haven't heard of one.
Like, it was a whole different thing back then, right? Like, it was a whole different animal. Like, it was, you know, like, fucking, like, I legit, like, I was doing, like you had to do your own muscle work and shit when you were fucking, you know, selling drugs and shit. So, like, the one day I beat the shit out of this fucking kid, and then he died that night, right? And, like, fucking, he didn't die from me beating him. He died from, like, fucking, like, he went out and he raced his car down a mountain and, like, rolled it off the mountain and died, right?
So, like, I'm so bad for beating the shit out of him earlier that day.
No, not at all. Not at all. I was
like, would have been cool, but, you know.
No. I was upset I was missing money, right? And so, like, fucking, I said this, and, like, all of a sudden, the whole school turned against because he was super popular, right?
God,
and
you know what you're talking about? You're talking about money. I gotta interject real quick. The white kids like me, you were selling drugs. You loved us. We paid up front every fucking time. No doubt about it.
Because, like, y'all would pay ridiculous amounts of money for a joint. Like, it was stupid.
No, like I was like, at the time I was a little bit on the end because I knew some real fucking drug dealers. So it's just like, that's I mean, I almost became a drug dealer. I easily like, I had this situation where, like, I was driving between Springfield, which is two hours south of Kansas City, to Kansas City, and I knew a dude. Like I said, he was selling 8 balls for like $120, and they were double that in that city south. The only thing I did is, like, 3 or 4 times I brought the 8 balls down, but I already paid for them. Like, and I just, like, some people went in, they gave me a little bit of money to pay me back on that, and I made it for the party. But I so easily could have just sold what I was buying for double.
You whack them up. You whack them up and step on them, dude. Like, fuck the bullshit. You whack them up, put some quinine in that shit.
I thought about it. I thought about it, but at some point, like, I was like, I'm a privileged white kid. I don't want to be a part of this. So,
yeah, I feel you. Like, here's the real bitch. The dude who really sank the neighborhood was a black kid from the suburbs. Right?
I bet.
Yo, this dude legit sunk the whole world when we were a fucking kid. Like, legitimately, this motherfucker got popped with a quarter-pound behind a bowling alley of weed and gave up everybody.
Yeah, the first time I saw, like, a massive amount of drugs was actually from this dude in Springfield. He opened up a container. It was like a giant fucking, God, I don't even know how to explain it. Like a 40-gallon tub. Like, shit you would use. It was just full of fucking weed, and there were some bottles of pills. Not some, like,
Yeah.
kind of like covered
When
the
I
entire
was
thing. And I was like, this guy's a real drug dealer.
when I was a kid, I remember there was a bust that happened in my neck of the woods. Like the cops got a tractor trailer full of weed that was coming down from Canada, right? And it was all exotic shit, like fucking Yukon Gold, fucking Maui Wowie, Thai sticks, chocolate Thai, fucking purple haze. You know, I mean, fucking that what we used to call the white rhino and shit.
Northern
And like,
Lights.
yo, yeah, I guess some of that was there, but like, I never got a hold of none of that shit. But like, I got fucking we got
I'm
this
telling
shit
you
we used
that
to call.
that
Good.
shit's all coming down from Hamilton.
Yeah, but like it got popped on 81, and legit the cops immediately put that back on the streets. And there was places on the hill where I was walking in, and for $20 you could just fucking reach your hand into a duffel bag full of fucking weed and pull it out and put it into a grocery bag and walk the fuck out for 20 bones. Yo, that was the greatest time of my life, son. Do you realize how high I was? Like, nigga, yo, we were selling so much fucking weed, and like, yo, we were still smoked constantly. Like, we stopped going to school. Like, we were like, fuck it. There's no point.
Like, cause it was the same age, like a little bit later. But where I was hanging out at people's houses, they were always fucking smoking everybody up. And all it boiled down to is like one guy had that hookup, and all they were doing is fucking smoking the weed that they were selling. They were making no money other than getting everybody high and themselves.
Yeah, well, like I don't know, all right, so like you tried to make sure that you made enough money. And that's why like I started selling coke, because I had to support my weed habit. You know what I mean? And pay for fucking rent and, you know what I mean, like the space or whatever. Because we were whacking up a house and shit. I mean, we had like a little fucking spot, and, you know what I mean, fucking like, so everybody had.
So that's the difference. It's the white people that were doing this. They had regular jobs that were paying for the shit. Like, it wasn't the weed thing. They were just like, how do I pay for my weed?
Yeah,
so
like
they were
had
totally
that too.
fine with. They were totally fine with the break even strategy. Getting that.
Yeah, we had that too, right? Legit. But on the same point, like we had jobs, but like the jobs were shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we were like 14, 15, 16 years old. So it was like Subway or Arby's or fucking Hardee's or some dumb shit, McDonald's, whatever. And it's like you were making garbage money. You know what I mean? But like you had to fucking sell enough weed and drugs and shit to be able to like afford rent for like the place where we were all fucking like hustling out of and bringing the bitches to and all that type of shit.
The 6-person 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, it was a half a house, man. We was getting it done, dude.
No,
we was
dude,
chilling.
I
like,
fucking remember that shit. Like, I'm a fucking nerd, but I also, I mean, I think I've explained enough to you that I grew up in white trash America.
Yeah.
So the card shop I used to work at, like above it, it was like one of those like, and I live in fucking Kansas City, Missouri. You have to remember that because it's more common in other places. But it was an area where you had the businesses on the bottom level, but you had apartments.
And then
on
you
the
have like
level.
apartments upstairs and shit.
Yep. Yeah. So the card shop was in one of those areas, and the people that lived above the card shop were the people that were like complete fucking drug addicts and doing that shit. Actually, it's actually pretty amazing. The owner was very protective of me and said, no, he cannot go hang out with you guys upstairs.
Believe it or not, like talking on this subject, I was gonna make a video about you today, right? And
about
like
me
you're
specifically?
you specifically, right? Because hang on. Because I was sitting here listening to this like eugenics PBS thing, right? And like all the shit that they said during eugenics and like all this shit back in like the 1900s and 1890s, 1910s, 1920s, 1930s, right? Were the same things that they're saying with this fucking fucking the racial deconstruction shit that you be fucking doing.
Critical theory bullshit.
Yeah, the critical theory bullshit. It's the same shit. Right? It's identical.
That was my entire stream tonight where I admitted it's the same fucking thing. That really was. Doku, you were around.
I mean, I caught you guys out the ass end. So, but I mean, I did hear like bits and pieces of that. I wasn't there for like the eugenics shit, but
well,
that's a different rabbit hole.
We didn't talk about eugenics specifically, but that's where I admitted that I used to say that this critical theory nonsense was not communism, and I was like, no, it's an obvious backdoor into implementing communism, social, whatever you want to fucking call it.
Yeah, but and here's my problem, right? Is like I get into it with Atema because I'll be honest, she's fucking retarded. But I get into it with Atema.
She's not.
She really is fucking. But and the problem is that I'm standing here explaining shit to her, and she doesn't want to listen because she's like, oh, this is post neo-Marxist fucking. But I'm like, shut up, stupid, right? Like, if you go back to fucking the 1800s, you can see all the same shit, all the same rhetoric, the same garbage, right? It's just completely it just keeps getting twisted a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit. You know what I mean? Because they have shit that went out of style. That was
literally the stream I just did. I posted the connection between all the other socialist revolutions and what's going on right now and how it relates to critical race theory, and everybody agreed. And they're like, yeah, it's the same shit happening over again with a new mask. Right?
Right. But but it's sort of socialist, but it's not. Right? I'm telling you, this shit.
No, hold on. It's 100% socialist. But it uses different language, which makes it harder to recognize.
Let me put this like this, right? All right, so this all comes out of the Protestant fucking how do I put this? The Protestants wanting to maintain control of the country because of the immigration during the 1850s through the fucking 1920s, right? And these Protestant mentalities had the Protestants acting as communists because it was all social shit where they wanted the fucking population to accept what the scientists said about eugenics and how we needed to create a better human race and erase imbeciles and all this shit, right?
Hold on. No. I have a question. I have a question to clarify what you just said. I'm not gonna try to interject. Are you saying what they did is they played upon Protestant principles to get them to agree to something? Is that what you're trying to explain to me, or am I wrong?
No. But it was all right. So the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, right, the WASPs, who started this country, the Englishmen, all right, were upset that they were losing the country to Italians and blacks and Irish and fucking the Jews and Eastern Europeans who were coming over. And so they started fixing them, and they canceled immigration after the 1920s up until the 1960s and shit, right? And it was all about the Protestant standing. And then what they did was they stood here and they said, look, if you listen to the scientists, they'll tell you that these individuals are, fucking unfit for humankind, right? Or unfit for breeding, and they shouldn't be moving forward. And today you have the same dumb shit coming through where they go, oh, well, these fucking people, we should have abortions and female, and this is where Margaret Sanger came in. She was like, we should have fucking female contraception and fucking birth control pills and, abortion and all these type of things. But it was tightly tied in with the eugenics movement, right? Where it was oh, fucking science has said that these individuals are morons and imbeciles and fucking simple-minded and all these type of things, right? And all this came out of the Protestants wanting to one, maintain control of the country, but number two, they wanted to continue to live in the manner in which their religion said that they should be living as human beings, have the law and order and all these type of things, and maintaining the fucking blonde hair, blue eye. And they use science to fucking stand here and back up their fucking points on a secondary level, the same as the critical race theory shit, right? And it's the same exact shit. It's all the same nonsense. It's all,
No,
fucking,
you're not wrong.
I know, right? And they're standing here going like, oh man, the scientists are gonna create robots and AI. They're gonna make our lives so much better.
Yeah.
And we should listen to the scientists about all these fucking things and the procedures and all this fucking bullshit because they're fucking way smarter than us. And we should, look to academia and fucking government should fucking interact and we should, have social standards and maintain the social contract and all this fucking nonsense because it's the same shit. It's the exact same fucking thing with a new rapper, but it's not it's not communist, but it is communist at the same point and fascist.
No, you're right. You are completely right. That's what I did today on the stream. Where that's why I invited Becca on there because she's trying to focus on how this all sounds like fucking real communism, and I actually for a long time with the critical race theory shit, I was like, no, it's not exactly communism, but blah, 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 blah. No, the whole point of my stream today was nope, I'm admitting this is a new backdoor to basically fucking communism. And
but it's not.
No, it is. It is a fucking backdoor to fucking communism. So whatever you want to fucking call it, that's what critical race theory is.
But it's not communism.
Yeah, it's not exactly the same, but I think it's functionally
it's okay. All right. Here's what you have to understand, and this is what I've been trying to explain to Atema, but she's too dumb to grasp. All right, all of this. All right, all of it. Every word that comes out of these fucking retards' mouths. All right, comes literally, fucking word for word out of the progressive wing of the Protestant fucking religion. This is mainstream Protestant fucking religion that has been fucking warped for fucking 100 years. And it's not communism. It's not.
Yeah.
It's socialism.
Hold on. The biggest problem that I think Atema has arguing that is you're thinking that the Protestant idea, right, is what is leading to this versus the communist idea projecting itself onto what would be the predominant idea of Protestantism in America. And I think it's the latter. And Atema is probably not smart enough to argue with that. But I, even regardless, it doesn't really matter. Arguing about
no. It does matter a lot. It matters a lot because, here's the thing. We think of the political fucking quadrants test that we all take, right? They have libertarian and then fucking communist and fucking all that bullshit, right?
Political compass test.
That's
right.
I'm just gonna say I think that thing's bullshit, but keep going.
Okay, it is bullshit, right? Because the whole concept of it is wrong now. Because part of that has to do all right, so each part of the quadrant, right, it really actually represents fucking royalty, fucking democracy, fucking dictatorship, and fucking communism, right? And the royalty part of this was the part that used to have religion in it, right? And that's where all your religious shit came from. But the thing is that the religious aspect of our fucking shit disappeared along with the royal and the kings and all that nonsense, right? And so, now it's a trichotomy. It's actually a triangle because there's no left-leaning libertarians. And the religious aspect of our society has been literally mashed in with communists. And that's what this comes from because the religious part of all of communism comes from religion. It comes from fucking Christian religion. That's where communism comes from. And socialism.
Well, people still think that anarchy and communism can actually coexist in the same type of socioeconomic structure, which is absolute bullshit.
That's the dumbest shit ever. But fucking
that's one of those quadrants.
Stop changing. Don't change the fucking subject. All right, don't change the subject.
I'm talking about your political compass. When you say it's a
No,
when you say it's a triangle.
no. What I'm saying is that like the communists have fucking mashed with the religious part of the fucking compass. All right, everything that used to be religion is now mashed in with communism because communism and religion is the same fucking thing. And it all, like, communism and socialism comes from religion, and the vast majority of it in this country right now, in this one, is from fucking the Protestant wing of the progressive wing of the Protestant fucking religion. It's all fucking, it comes from Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and fucking, there's one other one up north. I forget what the fuck it is, right? But it comes from the fucking colleges, academia, and the white Anglo-Saxon mentality of the Northeast United States that got transplanted out to the coast in California. And now it's the two coasts versus everybody else in the middle who are independent fucking libertarian men, fucking Americans.
Well, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, Penoid, what the hell do you think is going on when people are collecting communion at a church?
There we go, buddy.
And that's why I say communism, fascism, they're, in this day and age, they're loosely defined, but you can juxtapose that against collecting communion at a church. You know what they all three have in common? They all result in a status mentality. They all result in a power structure. But
but here's the thing: the church no longer has any sway, right? So the church is literally like the official American religion. All right, it's progressivism. Like if you break down, like I've done this before, but like if you break down the Bill of Rights, you know what I'm saying? Then fucking like where it stands here and it goes, fucking, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal and are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights, right? And you go, why would that be self-evident? And who the fuck is the creator? And when are all men fucking equal?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. They all can coerce money out of you. It doesn't matter if you're coercing money for the community, the state, or the church.
No.
I'm sorry. I disagree with you wholeheartedly, Tom P., as to what your interpretation of those words meant. I wholeheartedly disagree.
Just answer the question how all men are created equal.
Yep. What they were actually trying to say is because they were talking about the liberal idea of equality, which is not that their outcomes are going to be the same or they're going to have the same capacity. It's the fact that they should have at least the same rights to try to be the best they can as anybody else. And that was the liberal idea of equality. That's what they were talking about in those statements. They were
I feel what you're saying.
No, they all fucking knew the idea that, like, look, we're not even equal to ourselves depending on the day. Tom P., I know, like, you would agree with that.
Yeah.
Imagine yourself based on every fucking day you lived. There's some days you were better than others. They knew that.
Well,
that's not what they were trying to talk
here's
about.
Where I'm at. But the thing is that all men aren't created equal.
No, you're missing the point. Like they're saying,
no, I got you. Like we want to treat everybody equally.
No, obviously, that's what they were saying though. They were saying all men are created equal. They weren't saying they were equal in all ability. They weren't saying they were equal in what they're gonna do in life. What they were saying is, whatever the rules are, they're gonna be applied equally to every man. Right? Like, there's no reason, and even if you look back, like before that, like the reason for this, why it was a big deal, is we just left the realm of monarchy, right? Where certain people were definitely under law, not treated equally, versus people that weren't part of royalty. That was the juxtaposition. Right?
Well, but again,
so when they say equal, they're not talking about this bullshit where they really believed everybody was equal in their ability. None of them, they certainly didn't believe.
No, like, again, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, this is the official state religion of the United States. Progressivism has always been the state religion of the United States. It's been this way forever, all right? Because legitimately, like, unless, how do I put this? unless you stand here and really make a fucking case for God, like actually making a case in a moral God, like 90% of the shit in liberalism doesn't fucking work.
Like classical liberalism, I think universally works. I think it actually embraces the reality of humanity and lets us flourish to the extent that we can. What you're saying about progressivism, I don't disagree, actually. I don't disagree that these people that believe that certain progressive idea about how we can make government or society that make it in some sort of ideal society. I don't think that could
Yo,
ever
Doku,
work.
is he disappearing for you too, or just me?
I think that's just you, Pinoid. But he did cut out for me a little bit.
All right, yeah, I was wondering, fucking not like, yeah, then that's both of us. Because it was just a little bit.
Yeah, okay, it was just brief.
Yeah, it was just like your mic fucking stopped picking you up for a second. Fucking
yeah. Look, like the only point I'm trying to make is look at my fucking screen right now. I have my personal political compass. That upper right, where there's like far right wing authoritarianism, not real. You know what else is not real? This idea that there's some sort of far left libertarianism, not real.
Yeah,
and I think
there is no far left. It exists. It exists, but it's rare. Like Jimmy Dore is probably as close as you're ever going to come to a left libertarian.
Oh no! Like Jimmy Dore, like I love him. Like watch him too, bro. It's awesome. Like he has Ron Paul on all the time too. And they're like, fuck our differences. Like this shit's fucked. And I like that. I like when people from opposing viewpoints can agree on something that's fucked, because if we had more of that, we'd have a much better society than we have now.
I agree.
But Jimmy Dore is not actually that bottom left unicorn, right? He's probably more hanging out with like Sargon or something down there. And we can let government do a little bit of shit, but I believe in liberalism and in individual freedom. I just kind of think socialized medicine is a good idea. I also don't think there's any such thing as like right-wing authoritarianism, where you're far right, you're like, everybody can own guns and economically do everything they want. However, we're going to force all our traditional values onto everybody. It's not possible. You can't do both.
Me and Raiden done solved the healthcare problem yesterday on my fucking. I did a fucking 2.5 hour fucking thing where like that broke down a video and had a conversation, right? Like, but I didn't do it on a live stream because like, I'm not fucking trusting my internet for 2.5 hours on my cell phone on the Wi-Fi, right? But yeah, like fucking me and Raiden done solved that yesterday. It's really simple. All we have to do is bomb these countries that decide that they're gonna try and pay us like $3 a pill for prescriptions, right? And then go, well, if you don't take it, then we'll just fucking make it ourselves and not respect your copyright. Like Germany and France and all these fucking, terrible social democracies in fucking Europe. If we just start bombing them every time they try to say that shit and use our military the way it needs to be used, right, we can solve this healthcare problem in like fucking 3 or 4 days. You know what I mean? And get these healthcare costs completely under control. And literally, we can make them pay for our share of the medication. Like, but instead of like, say if they go, oh, get 140 a pill, make them pay 190. You know what I mean?
Pinoid, when Trump started putting in the price controls for fucking insulin shit, saying that they're gonna charge us the same shit they charge like countries in Europe. Did you notice those ads on YouTube start popping up about a week later?
No.
So right around when Trump put in those price controls for insulin, all these ads started popping up, and they're funded by I forget which group, but it's a big pharma. It's a special interest super PAC group, and they started saying Donald Trump is putting in socialist price controls against medicine. Like that was literally their argument, that trying to price match whatever the big pharmaceutical companies are charging people in Europe for insulin is a socialist price control in the United States.
Well, it is,
that was
and
it
it's dumb.
is it is it's stupid, but that was their argument.
Again, like all we have to do is use our military to bomb these countries, right? Legit, like, you know, if Angela Merkel said, "Oh, we only pay $4 a pill," right? And fucking, that was an Indian accent. I'm
Boom.
sorry, I can't.
Boom.
German.
Take
right.
a bomb. Take a bomb, Angela Merkel.
Right, and what we do is like we go, really, and then like we call the Pentagon and go, hey, look, these motherfuckers said they're only paying $4 a pill, and then Angela Merkel's like, yeah, that's what it's going to be, and then she hears this, right, and she blows the fuck up, right, and we go, how much are we going to pay a pill? And like the fucking, the next runner up goes, we're going to call NATO, and then like they call NATO, and it goes, hey,
most of NATO is the United States, so.
Yeah. Fucking, and then Donald Trump picks up the phone and goes, we're rebuilding NATO right now. It's gonna be big time, right? You know what I mean?
It's gonna be crazy.
And then fucking like, they go shit, and then they get the idea that they can't win. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Tom P. Doku, thanks for joining me. I'm gonna end the stream actually.
Why?
Now.
Like, that was the best part. Like, we just came up with a solution for all fucking healthcare in the United States.
Oh, trust me, this is gonna be cut tomorrow and put up on your channel. Like that was almost as good as the trebuchet idea, which we need to bring back. Hashtag baby state.
Yo, like legit. You know what I mean? Fucking, well, we already solved the immigration problem, right? Like, did that tell you what happened in my neck of the woods?
No, and in fact, I'd actually join you for a little bit. But I'm going to end my stream here, and Tom P, go live. Or
you want me to go live?
Well, no, I mean, you can do what you want to do, but I'm just saying, like...
Are you tired?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Well, let me tell you what happened in my neck of the woods real quick, and then you can end this shit. All right. So, like, they kicked out all the immigrants are no longer coming in, right? So, like, they're having a problem finding workers to come work in these warehouses, and so now Amazon and Chewy and all these warehouses in my neck of the woods are paying $22 an hour to start, and they're advertising all over the place.
Amazing, right? What happened?
Yo, welcome to inflation, the hyperinflation, the beginning. I just thought you might.
Hold on. I agree, and I also have been talking about this forever. One thing, I'm just gonna leave it here, and Tom P. knew it. All this shit where they're talking about how we're gonna solve COVID by printing money and writing checks to people. All they're doing is implementing the same regressive tax that they've implemented on us for the last at 30 years. They debase the currency.
Oh, and good news.
We earn
and good news. 30% of the companies that took that money for fucking the CARES Act and shit all went bankrupt.
Good news.
I just want to tell you that, just so you knew.
Alright, so I am going to end the stream like Tom P. I think I have something going on right now, especially because AP, I think, just about to end. Totally go live and keep the conversation rolling. Me, myself, I'm tired and I'm hungry. I'm going to eat some shit, and I might be back later if we keep going past block.
Man, I'll be honest with you, son. Like, I got to go to bed soon myself because, like, I got fucking like a lot of miles to roll off tomorrow, and I have to be up in time.
All right, so coming soon in the future.
Man, at some point in like the next 2 years, me and Excel's gonna have a stream together.
Tom P and Excel do a stream on fucking bitches, and that's it.
On fucking bitches, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah, no politics involved. It'll just be about fucking bitches.
Yo, I did that the other night with fucking Tony Patriot.
Yep. You're gonna do it with me. It's gonna be way better. So
Yo, it always is, but like you're a bitch and don't fucking show up for shit.
Absolutely true. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream, man. Like Tom P, I'll talk to you later.